I'm a little bit early, which I apologise for, but I figured I was ready, so I may as well just start. There's anything wrong with that. um, I will turn the camera on when I've done the stories, don't worry. It's just that I'm reading from my laptop while I'm on my phone. It makes it a little bit complicated. So that's what I'm doing. But these are meant to be real embarrassing stories by real people. So they may be, hello, Jez, hello, Sophie. I'm going to turn camera on when I've done, but I'm reading from my laptop these embarrassing stories. So when I've done, then I'll turn camera on, not a problem. But while I'm reading, I need to concentrate. And if I've got camera on, I'm looking at you guys in chat, I'll never concentrate on getting them done. You know what I'm like? I'm so easily distracted that it's unreal. Bear in mind, though, these stories, they are from real people. So just because they're embarrassing to the people that tell the stories, that does not mean they're embarrassing to us. They may not be, but they are to these people. Hello, Leah. So the first story is exotic fruit. Okay. And he goes, I'm an immigrant and English is my second language. My wife is American. We live in Philadelphia. Well, we did at the time. That's where we lived. Although I learned English in school and I speak it pretty well, there's American slang words for things that I never heard at school, nor did I ever learn. And some of those I have issues with and can't seem to get along with the slang language of America. Hello, Marcus. One day, my wife sent me to the supermarket to go buy some groceries. I was in the produce aisle looking for all the items on her list. Carrots, check. Lettuce, check. Broccoli, check. Grapes, check. Strawberries, check. Dingleberries. Where's the dingleberries? I couldn't find them. I walked up and down the produce section and looked everywhere. Finally, I had to go seek out an employee because I really couldn't find where these dingleberries were. What are you looking for? Dingleberries. I have no idea what they look like, but my wife's put them on the list. Look, see? I hope everybody's well. Then he burst out laughing and explained that, well, dingleberries, they don't exist. There is no such thing as dingleberries. And his wife must have been pulling a prank on him. When he went home and opened the door, before he could even say anything to his wife, she burst out laughing, knowing for a fact that she'd sent him to a store, shopping and looking for dingleberries that never existed. Hello, James. He got her back a few weeks later and he tricked her into drinking clam juice. She didn't know what it was, but as soon as she took a sip, she absolutely threw up. Now, I've never had clam juice, so I don't know what the hell that tastes like, but that sounds like something a bloke could do. Go shopping for dingleberries that never existed. Doesn't it? Okay. The next one, apparently, I'm colourblind. Not bad, Stranger Times. I'm not bad. I've been poorly, so I haven't been online, but I'm trying to get back into things, I guess. My wife and I went shopping. Okay, we have a green Jeep. We also have 3 dogs, and they were with us on this particular day, waiting in the car while we were in the store. After we finished buying groceries, we returned to the parking lot and walked towards the car. I pulled out my keys and tried to open the car. with the clicker, which is, one of those clickers that I'm trying to, should I say? That opens your car door, you click it and then it opens it. But the car wasn't responding at my remote control. I tried a few times, just wouldn't work. Then I heard my wife laughing in the distance. When I looked for her, I saw her standing in the front of our Jeep with the dogs happily barking at her from inside the car. I was standing at the wrong car, 2 rows over, and not only did I not realise that the dogs were not in the car, I somehow didn't notice that the Jeep I was trying to get into was red and not green. How the fudge can you mistake a red Jeep for a green Jeep? Like a green Jeep for... I didn't understand that. Red, green, right? Oh my God. And there's no dogs in the car. But the thing is, right, Sophie, I can understand it sometimes when it's the same sort of car. They arrived in a green Jeep. They had 3 dogs in the car. He's trying to get into a red Jeep with no dogs. That's a bit drastic. That's a bit different. That's excessive, isn't it? Fucking hell. And apparently he says, I have no idea how I could do this so absent-mindedly. I blame it on my medication. Dude, should you really be driving? Should you really? You know what I mean? Should you really be driving? I don't know. Come on, guys. Would you really mistake a green for a red? Well, that's it. It was the same car. That's my point, Sophie. We're talking about a bright red car and a dark green car. One that's got 3 dogs in it, one that's got no dogs in it. It's a little bit extreme, is it not? That's like, I don't know. I don't know how you would do that, Not with such contrasting colours. No, it weren't dark, apparently. This was daytime when they were doing the grocery shopping. I could understand if it was dark, but it was broad daylight. It's a bit bizarre. Too much food. I'm still laughing at the car thing. I can't quite believe that. A local catering hall had really amazing foods. And my wife and I wanted to order some. But they only cater for large events, parties, celebrations, things like that. They did not take small orders for normal meals, so they went a normal delivery place. So we had no choice but to pretend that we had a small party. Well, there's your first mess up. Somebody's pretending. Dinglebat. She just sent her husband looking for dingleberries and he couldn't find them, so. And order the minimum, so they ordered the minimum amount of 4 large trays that they could order. Enough food for, it says, at least a dozen people. When the catering people came, what's that say? Sorry, I'm behind on chat. I'm just reading. Oh, it's all right. You're all asking if everybody's well. That's fine. We told them to set it up as a buffet on the kitchen table. They wondered why our place didn't look like a party and where all the people were. We said they'd be here soon. We didn't want the caterers to know that my wife and I were just pigs. So and we were going to eat the food all by ourselves. Dear Lordy Lord. Well, apparently that was an embarrassing story, but no, that's not an embarrassing story to me. An embarrassing story to me, and I'll tell you one of my own stories. I was out shopping, how old will I be? Probably about 16, and thanks, Stranger Times, and my uncle, I'd gone with my uncle, and there was me, and there was my cousin Tegan. Tegan's younger than me. And we were walking around shopping. My uncle's one of those, right? Is a pillock, is an idiot, basically. He's very funny. But when you're 16 and your uncle's throwing Tampax at you across the aisles, and I mean throwing Tampax at me across the aisles, it was embarrassing. I can tell you that now. That's embarrassing to me, something like that. Not ordering food and feeling like pigs. That's not embarrassing. But walking around a shopping centre, my uncle's throwing boxes of Tampax at me. Here, clog it up. Here, shoot it, plug it. That's embarrassing at 16. It's very embarrassing. And I mean, he just kept throwing them at me. I'm trying to put them all back on aisle, and he just keeps throwing them at me. I swear. Exactly, that's embarrassing. This is called my first pitta. My girlfriend told me to try pitta from Pitta Pit, wherever there is. She recommended the chicken Caesar with feta cheese on a wheat wrap. It was really good. So I was eating the wrap while driving home. She had warned me not to because it would be a mess, but I knew better and I didn't listen to her. Not the best idea I ever had. I'm usually pretty good at eating and driving because I eat on the go a lot with work. Have you seen The Matrix? That one scene where it seems like he slows down time and bullets travel in slow motion and he dodges the bullets with effortless grace. That's me when I eat in the car. I make the impossible possible. I eat stuff that should not be possible to be eaten while driving. I'm not sure what stuff it means though, because I wouldn't be able to eat and drive. I'm a woman. I can multitask, but eating and driving, not for me. I can make it seem like melting ice cream is frozen in time, and I'm just levitating in midair while I do it. Freaking hell, he thinks himself very highly, doesn't he? And that's an interesting theory. It's my secret superpower. I don't dribble or nothing. But that chicken Caesar pita was my kryptonite. It kicked my ass. I got about two-thirds home with it when the shit just fell apart and made another whole lot of messes. See, that's not embarrassing to me though. It was a clusterfuck in a wrap. That's funny though, I like that. It was a clusterfuck in a wrap. But that's still not embarrassing to me, is it you guys? I want to know your opinions because that's not embarrassing to me. Like the story that I just told, that's embarrassing. That's just like a story, but these are meant to be like the best embarrassing stories ever, but they're not very embarrassing. I mean, unless it's because I'm a Yorkshire lass, I don't know. Oh, Lola, do we have to have this conversation now? Lola Bunny, do we have to talk right now? I'm live. I'm not going to talk. I'll tickle your belly in a minute. My dog wants a belly rubbing. Okay, so the next one is you have to forgive me because chat's right delayed. Almost killed by a gummy bear. This sounds funny, not embarrassing. I love gummy bears, especially the red ones. One night, my wife and I were in bed watching a movie, and I was eating some gummy bears while laying down. Probably not the best idea, especially because I have always had a fear of choking on food. And gummy bears are so squishy. They slip down your throat very easily, especially when you're lying down. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. A gummy bear slid down my throat and I choked. I couldn't breathe and I seriously thought I was going to die. My wife tried to help by slapping my back, but this really wasn't helping. At the last second, I was able to cough it up. It was a red one. I almost got killed by a red gummy bear. I told my wife how scary it was, and she told me to stop eating gummy bears in bed. I told her that it was okay, that I'd be more careful from now on. We continued to watch the movie, and I ate a few more. After a few minutes, Another gummy bear slid down my throat, and I nearly choked again. I couldn't believe it. I was so stupid to let the same thing happen again within minutes from almost dying. I thought this surely I was done for. My wife slapped my back again and kept yelling, I told you, I told you, I told you. My wife's not a big help. Choking on gummy bears. Oh dear, so he saw his life pass before his eyes. But at last the second gummy bear did finally become dislodged. Another red one. Traitors. I thought they were my friends. I like that bit. That's quite funny. Is chat still working? It's gone dead quiet on chat. Are you still there, guys? I don't even know if you're still there. Rodeo girl. At rodeos, they have an event called goat tying. Has anybody been to a rodeo was on here who can clarify that they have a goat tying event by any chance? Because I'm not sure about that. I've never heard of it. A goat tying event. It's a timed event, and the contestant has to ride a horse as fast as they can, jump off the horse. Okay, lovely. And usually, while it's still running, catch the goat, throw it down. Gosh, that's a bit extreme. And tie three legs with pigging string. Hello, Virginia. That's a bit extreme. So they're going to ride a horse as fast as they can, right? Catch the goat and throw it down. That sounds awful. That sounds awful. I was driving to the rodeo when I turned a sharp corner and heard a commotion in my horse trailer. I pulled over at the side of the road to check it out. My goat trying horse Walter had lost his balance and fell down. My barrel horse Sugar. Oh, shut up! Enough, dogs. Get down. Move it. Was looking at him in shock. I got them both out of the trail and neither were hurt. But Walter was pretty scared and would not get back in the trailer. So my mum rode him back home while I headed to the rodeo. I had never used my barrel horse for goat tying. He was also a calf roping horse. When a calf roper dismounts, the horse slides to a stop. They catch calves as well, like that. Ooh, I just think it's a bit extreme. I've not seen it before, James. So I obviously practiced dismounting Sugar a few times and thought it was going to work out okay. When it was my turn, I ran Sugar down the end of the arena at full speed, slowed him to obviously a pace where she thought was safe, and prepared to dismount it so that she could catch the goat and whatnot. Of course, being trained as he was, he slid to a stop. I, on the other hand, did not. I continued to propel through the air, fell to the ground, and did 3 somersaults. I got up, caught the goat, threw it down, and tied it, never missing a beat. As I threw my hands up and stepped back, I heard the announcement say, and she didn't even lose her hat, folks. Nevertheless, it was very embarrassing. So yeah, I guess it would be because she used a different horse, didn't she? She didn't use the right horse, I suppose. That would be funny to see, wouldn't it? I think. But still, that's not embarrassing to me. I've had worse things happen. Cody. My dog, Cody, a pit bull my husband and I rescued, was the sweetest, friendliest dog in the world. But she had a weak bladder. Whenever she got excited, she peed. We visited my parents and brought Cody along. My mother was sitting on the couch and Cody ran over to her, wagged her tail like crazy, and jumped on my mother's lap. Then she peed all over my mother's good Sunday outfit. She was drenched and yelled, "Get this dog off of me!" Didn't spill his pint. Hi, Shabs. See, I mean, I've not had a dog pee on me as such, but I'm sure it happens quite a lot that in general, to be fair. I've known about it, so I'm sure it happens quite a lot. But like I said, these are not really that embarrassing to me. Lola, do we have to have this argument right now? I'm live. Can you please be quiet? Thank you. As that's my dog telling me off or something. I'm not sure. Not sure what she's on with. You know what she's like for conversating. She likes to have her conversations. My bunny is loose. My bunny is loose. I used to have a little white bunny called Snow White. It was so cute and its fur so soft. My friends and I loved to pet it. One day, my best friend Amanda and I were sitting on the porch next to the bunny cage, and suddenly I saw Snow White running through the bushes in the backyard. Somehow it had gotten out of its cage and it was running away. I jumped off the porch into the yard and started chasing the bunny around the yard. I looked under every bush and kept screaming for my best friend to come help me. I was so afraid to lose my pet. I screeched like the house was on fire. My best friend was still just sitting on the porch, watching me and laughing. "What's so funny?" I yelled. Enough, guys. No, no. We're not having this conversation right now. We're just not. I love you. I will rub your belly in a minute, okay? In a minute, I said. In a minute. Lola, you're not talking to this dog. Then my friend yelled back, "I didn't know what you were chasing out there, but Snow White is right here in her cage." I don't know what the hell I was running after through my yard. Maybe a cat or something. I felt so stupid for overreacting like that. So she's chasing this white thing everywhere out yard. It's not even a cat. It's not even a rabbit. It's a cat. A rabbit's in cage. What in the world? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, it really makes you wonder. Seriously. It's like, did she see a different bunny? Or was she really chasing a cat? Who knows? Lola, do go. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You can look at me like that. I don't care. You know, you just want to argue with me all the time. Lola, we're not having this conversation right now, please. That's my dog. She wants a conversation. I know, right, Shaz? I'm not laughed at it, but gosh, that must be awful. That must be. I'll tell you what I once did have. I once had our Como, bless his heart. When I was younger, I had white trousers on. And he decided after he'd had a shit that he'd wipe his ass on my trousers. I weren't impressed. That was pretty embarrassing. And that's exactly what he did. He backed up, tail up in air, and rubbed his ass on my white trousers after he'd just had a shit. I kid you not. The weirdest thing ever that's ever happened to me has to be that. Has to be that. Very bizarre that a dog would even know to back up and rub his ass on you to wipe it, but it happened. Those trousers went in the bin. I'm not shaking your hand. That's what this is called. My wife and I had two dogs. They were rescues. One of them pooped in the house every now and then. Gotta love 'em, ain't you? One day I called a handyman to get some work done at our condo. The guy rang the doorbell And when I was about to open it for him, I saw that the dog had pooped in the hallway, right in front of the door. Nobody shot themselves tan. My dog, our Como, who I lost, big white boxer, when he was younger, he took a dump, right, as dogs do, and then he backed his arse up, tail up in air, and he wiped his ass on my white trousers. That's what a dog did to me. So yeah, I didn't want the handyman to see or smell and think that we were dirty. So I wanted to pick it up quickly before he came in. I yelled for my wife to bring me a paper towel, some newspaper so I could pick it up, but she didn't hear. Meanwhile, the handyman was getting impatient and rang the doorbell again. No time, I thought. Oh no, 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 no. I just grabbed the pile of dog shit with my hand. Oh, luckily the turds were pretty solid. I hid the handful of shit behind my back and opened the door. He came in and had a funny look on his face. I guess he could smell it. So, so I showed him my handful of poop. I told him, sorry, my dogs just took a shit in front of the door and I didn't want you to step in it. He looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah, I did, definitely. Oh, he looked at me like I was crazy when he saw it. I had picked it up with my bare hands and was now showing it the handyman at the door. Look where I've got. Oh my God. Oh, dear me. Gosh, damn it. That one was funny. Okay, that one was funny. I wish we'd have some more like this. One more that's funny. Oh God. Can you imagine that? I can't imagine that. Hey up, Captain. It is kind of like a break, yeah. To try and get me back into the swing of things, you know. Call 911. I was sitting on the toilet. I was on my period. As I was wiping, my 3-year-old daughter stormed into the bathroom, as she does sometimes. She looked at me, then looked down and ran out of the bathroom. I just figured she freaked out at what she saw, so she ran out. Well, the phone rang a few moments later, so I got up and ran to the phone, and much to my surprise, it was the police. They said they got a 911 call from my house. Lola! They got a 911 call from my house and couldn't understand what the caller was saying. They asked if I had a little kid there and if everything was okay. I said, yes, I have a kid, but there wasn't a problem. The officer scolded me and said I should teach my daughter only to use 911 for emergency purposes. At that point, it dawned on me why the officer, well, why she called the police officer and why the officer had called back. I was too embarrassed to tell him that she thought my period was a sign of me bleeding to death. And the thought of having to say that would completely kill me. I would die with embarrassment. Thank God I didn't have to explain to the officer what happened. So a little daughter ran in and saw a period and called 911 because she thought her mum were dying. She was bleeding to death. Oh my God. Yeah, you'll find out misfits are generally in one area. It's, but in all fairness, right, that's actually something. No, I'm not reading the lady, but it's meant to be some of the most embarrassing stories. But I'll be honest. Give up! Enough, Lola! Why, when I go live, do you want your attention? No! You can wait till I've done now. Don't look at me with them eyes. Don't do it to me. It's not happening. Nope. But to be fair, I've actually heard a lot more embarrassing ones than these, but they are meant to be like some at best, but I don't think they are, to be fair. I really don't. I don't know what you guys think so far. I think a couple were funny, but I don't think they're like right embarrassing, are they? Don't start answering about Lola. Don't do it, not today. Shh. No, it's not quiz night. Then we have playing with fire. As a kid, I had a sandbox in the backyard. One day, I decided to build a furnace. You're at wrong place. I piled a mound of sand in a corner of the sandbox and then hollowed it out. I put some Star Wars action figures in it, lit them on fire, and watched them burn in the little sand oven I had built. This is a child. Uh, I didn't realise that the back wall of my furnace was the wooden wall of my sandbox. This is a child. The wood plank started to smoulder, and suddenly my sandbox was on fire. Luckily, we had a little fish pond. Wow. I grabbed my toy bucket, ran to the pond, filled it with water, ran back, and poured the pond water over my burning sandbox. By the time I had done, my sandbox was a smoking wreck. That's a child. Like, that's a child playing in a sandbox. What child sits in the sandbox and then decides to burn their action figures? Right, exactly. I'm quite shocked at that, Shaz. That's shocking, isn't it? How shocking is that? When my parents came home that night, and he were on his own, they gave me weird looks and asked me if I had played with fire. I said no, but they didn't believe me. When I had sat in the sandbox with my face close to the ground, why would you? Near the hole of my little furnace, I sat so close to it, it had singed off my eyebrows. So as soon as my parents saw me, they knew. I'm mortified. I'm absolutely mortified at that. We've got a little child left on his own, sat in a sandpit. He decides to burn his action figures in his own sandpit and set it all on fire. Wow. And that he got that close to it, it singed his eyebrows. And he's a child. Exactly young enough to have a sandbox. Exactly. That means he's pretty damn young. Mind you, I don't know. I'd still play in a sandbox. Give him half a chance. It is a bit worrying, that, isn't it? And this one's called Kids These Days. When my teenage daughter was going through puberty, I gave her a book about her changing body. She was too embarrassed about having her first period and refused to talk about it. And she refused to read the book. Somehow, her younger brother got a hold of the book. He eagerly read it and then told anyone who would listen, I know what a period is. It's when a girl bleeds out of her vagina. Lovely. Just the kind of conversation you want your son to have with people. Bear in mind, he's younger than her as well. So he's took that book and read it, and then basically every time he had to conversate with people, that's what he'd come out with. Because you know what kids are like? They sort of pick up on the weirdest things, don't they? And that's what he would say when he met people. I know what a period is. It's when a girl bleeds out of her vagina. What the fuck? Oh, dear Lord. Okay, criminal mastermind. When I was a little kid, my mum's friend from work babysat me sometimes. She and her husband were very nice people. They let me run around the whole house. It was like I was exploring. In her husband's home office, I found a large wall unit. It had a minibar. I did jubbly know what a minibar were back then. In the middle of it, and could be locked with a key. We've got a kid that knows what a minibar is now. You know. Above the minibar was a shelf with four big fancy beer mugs. One of them was filled with coins. I felt like I had found the pirate's treasure. Finders, keepers. But the mug filled with coins was too heavy for me. I couldn't carry it, and it was too large to hide in my pocket. So then you knew you were pinching it, you little shit. Or under my shirt. I think he gave it away there, didn't he? Pirate treasure reside in it. So I decided to do the next best thing with my pirate treasure. Hide it where no one would ever find it. Somehow I figured the best place for it would be in the minibar, right under the shelf where the mug stood originally. So I put my treasure in the minibar, unlocked it, and put the key in my pocket. Wow. To erase any trace of the missing mug, I rearranged the remaining three mugs so that nobody would even notice that one was missing. I was a criminal mastermind. I went home that night, secure in my knowledge that my treasure was safe. Nobody would find it. Who would ever think to look in a minibar? Did I mention I was a little kid? I'm not this dumb today. A few days later, the lady called my mother and told her that she couldn't babysit me anymore. Don't ask me how, but somehow she had noticed that the mug with the coins was missing after I'd left, and that the minibar was locked, and that the key that was always in the lock was now missing too. Ah, took the key home. How nice. It's still not an embarrassing story, is it? What, darling? Can I get some cereals? Of course you can, Lewis. That's what you want for your supper. Not a problem. Not a problem. Take the camera on that. They were crap. Wow. Why would you set your living room on fire? That's cray cray. Do you want to see my voodoo koalas? Shall I show you my voodoo koala bears? They arrived. I got two. That's one. Its claws are very sharp. That's two. Those are, you slice their bellies open. Yeah, I know, they're meant to be for curses. So basically, they have an attachment or whatever, which I'm really weird about things like that because I don't think they do. But you use them for voodoo. You slice the bellies open and put in what you want in there. That's what you do. Slice the bellies open and stick your stuff in. One of the ingredients is these. These are wood mouse skulls. They're real skulls, they're not fake. They're not real koalas or real fur or anything, they're just teddy. And then one of the big parts to the altar when I've done a voodoo altar, is the fox skull. Yes, it's real, it's taxidermied. This is a young Arctic fox, actually. That's a young Arctic fox. The wood mice ones, they're taxidermied as well. What's the matter with who? You're not traumatized. You'll be fine. I have these weird things, and I don't even know what they are. I think it's meant to represent the tortoise on the hair. So that's the hair. That's the tortoise. I'm lost. I'm absolutely confused. PJ, I meant what a stunning human the blonde is. Who's that? What do you mean, Jezza? Who's a blonde? What? What's the matter, Tanya? Tanya inserted one of those inside me. Let's praise into my birthday. And then, right, we've got this. Can somebody help me? Can tell me what that is? Can anybody identify this, please? If someone can, can someone identify this, please? Anyone? Anyone? Shut up! Stop it, big dog. Does anybody know what that actually is? Because, like, I'm confused. I don't think it's a dog. I don't think it's a zebra. It doesn't look like neither of those things. I don't know. A bit of wood. Yeah, it's exactly that, Baz. It's a bit of wood. It is. It's a bit of wood. I didn't do anything to it, Virginia. It came like that. I don't know what it is. It literally, it's not a cow. It came like that, and it just looks like a bit of wood. It looks like nothing at all. Lola, enough. Shut it. Do you like wood, Tan? Tan likes a bit of wood, eh? Oh, there's a woody. Tan. Doing. It's like wood. But look, tell the dog just quick. Badoing, badoing. Gosh, I remember when we were younger, and it used to be when we were like younger. And me and my best friend, it used to be showing. You saw somebody that you like, showing. What the fuck is that? Like seriously. And then like when you're proper young, and you try putting makeup on, and you just got this orange line all the way around here. Like, no, that's not how makeup. That's not how it works. The dreaded orange line. I remember that. I've got to quit smoking, but it's not easy. I want to smoke. I enjoy smoking. Yeah, like a slang line. That's like when we used to see people that we fancied. Look, look, showing. Oh yeah, showing. So we used to say. It was very bizarre. Like we used to have some really bizarre words, you know. Would anybody like to join me on my live? Where's Shandy? She were at mum's. I don't know where she is now. Would anybody like to come up? That's where it's from. Yes. Thanks, Baz. Thank you. I completely forgot where it was from. There we go. I just remember calling it Fit Blokes. Showing. You can come up, Tan, if you want. That's all right. I was giving the option to people if they wanted to. After Tanya saw Claire Sauce's video, she grabbed my breasts and tried to push big bolts in them. She's not even trained, and everything turned green. Oh, traumatic. Ah, you're still there, Shandy. I didn't know where you'd gone. Would you like to join me when you get home? It's my voice, Cass, unfortunately. My voice sends people to sleep. No, well, I'm not exactly dressed, actually. I am, kind of. Don't let her on. Buttered crumpets. Look, I'm dressed. It's just that I have a skirt on and a top, that's all. So I do have clothes on, guys. Just so you know. I'm sorry, Cass. I know, I'm very sorry. You treat me like one. Oh my god. Oh, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. I am so sorry. It's not what I intend to do, and I understand I'm so boring, and people fall asleep listening to me, and I can't help that. I don't know what to do about it. I can't help it. Well, I can't. What are you looking at me like that for? Like I can. Sit down. Dogs. Lola's my youngest. She's 2 year old. And then I don't have a bedroom voice. What's a bedroom voice? How do you do a bedroom voice? Thanks, Cass. How do you do a bedroom voice? I don't understand. Yeah, Lola's 2. Dougal is 4 and Daisy is 8. But you can see our Lola on my channel from being a puppy to Ashes now. But they're all here with me. Say hello. Say hello. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Lola. slow and seductive. Can you stop grabbing my arm? You're pulling my bra off. Oh, good dog. Oh. This is Dougal. He's an American bulldog. He's getting his mama cuddle. I'm trying to move my arm, he won't let me. Look out of my bed. Yeah, we're our Lulu. Honestly. Bit like a root. Gagging from me. James. Give up, Lola. Enough. And you know it's wrong because you stop. Every time I tell you off, you stop. No. 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 Say no. What do you expect when it's bent, James? I like that. Daisy! The dogs always start when I go live, have you noticed? Like, if I'm not live, they're absolutely fine. But the minute I go live, they go crazy. Who's got a very good, embarrassing sex story? Let's hear them. I want to hear them. I don't think I've got one. I'm trying to think. No, because the only one that I've got is when I got pissed on. It's like, having sex from behind. And then all of a sudden, Dot's got loads. They do want the spotlight. Or having sex from behind. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just goes, I'm pissing, and then ran to the toilet. But it was too late. I'd been pissed on by then, so. It's just weird how it happened, like having sex from behind, everything's fine 1 minute, and the next minute, I'm pissing. What? Too late, I'm drenched in piss. Yeah, Tan. Yeah, he actually pissed on me. He actually pissed on me, Tan. Doing me from behind, and the next minute, all I got were, I'm pissing. Went to run to the toilet, too late, fucking pissed on me. Can't beat that, can you? Fuck my life. I've got a pudding on me. It's literally, look at him. Right, mummy's boy. Look at him. He's laid on my knee. Definitely, that's exactly what it was. Yes, it was a golden. Oh, I did. Tan, I did. I really did, honestly. Yeah, I did. I did slap. I did. I couldn't resist it, like, it's just one of those reactions, isn't it? And it was, yeah, we're a golden shower. But it's one of those reactions, weren't it, Tan, where like something like that happens, your automatic reactions to react. Well, I think it is, isn't it? That's an automatic to just, isn't it? It's to hit them. I did wear a stress when riding, and oh no, did the hee-haw and everything. The old bugger thought it was great, bless him. Oh, oh, head butted a wall. Oh, Did it knock you out, Sophia? Did you actually, were you still all right about it? Or did it actually knock you out? That's what I want to know. Can I go and have my cig, dog? Because she's questioned me. Can I go and have my ciggy? Come on, you're a good boy. I know, but I want to go and have a cigarette. Did it knock you out, Sophie, or not? Because I've never been knocked out during sex. I've managed to stay conscious, at least. I think. Most of the time. What's that? Oh, what's the knob? How old was it? That time says, yeah, I just carried on. Oh, you're talking. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the real horseplay, aren't you, James? The actual real life horseplay that they do, because they do that, don't they? It's real life horseplay, isn't it, James? Because they do that. Um, they have the women or the men. It depends who prefers to be a pony or a horse. Yeah, and they saddle them up, don't they? There's somebody stood on the street corner. Oh yes, PJ. But they do it, yeah. Bear with me. Right, how do I... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Invite a guest. Copy. Right. 2 minutes, guys. But it's true, right? They don't even just do that as well. Do you know, like when you've got women and women doing pony play, they actually wear strap-ons with it. So they still have a male horse, technically, because when two females are doing it, it's like a full costume, and on that full costume, it's got an attachment that is as big as the donger, you know? I do massages, Dorothy, but I don't do happy endings. Just just massages, cheeky bugger. So even when it's like women and women, they still actually do got a little bat flying about, guys. Visits every summer. Spring, summer is always here. Oh, we have a guest. Someone wants to come on. Hello.
Oh, I don't know if I'd still got that picture on.
It's an awesome picture.
Let me just get the chat up. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. I know I look terrible because I've been poorly, but I'm all right.
Oh, you look beautiful. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't. I look like a fairy whore. I'm not sure what they look like, but yeah.
I've just been listening and you talking about embarrassing sex stories.
Well, yeah, no, because we were talking about, right, the fact that, do you know, like, they do horse play? Do you know pony play? Like, people really do this. And they really dress up as horses, like proper full gear, saddles. They even put the bits in the mouth, PJ. Do you know what horses have them bits?
Oh,
Yeah. They even put them in the mouth. They have little carriages as well, right? But when it's two women, because they want a stallion, but it's two women, they basically just attach a massive big dildo to suit.
oh well, I've got one a very, very nasty story.
Go on then.
But
Wrong.
it's regarding somebody in chat, but I'm not going to mention no names, Jezza. But anyway, do you remember when you got the butt plug stuck up your ass and we couldn't get it out? Come on, do you remember? It was wedged right in because he was tight, really tight. And I mean, we proper lubed it up, but oh God, Claire, we couldn't get it out. And then we had the trip to A&E to have it
Oh my
removed.
God.
That's just one story. I've got plenty more.
Oh God.
Then there was a time when he was handcuffed to the bed and it went wrong, and the handcuffs cut into his wrist and he was bleeding. So it looked like he was actually happy slashing, but he wasn't really. He just went a bit too far.
Oh God.
But I just thought I'd come and share a little bit of a story.
I've known
No,
people that.
no, I didn't put my teeth in there at all. It was literally had to. We was in A&E and they had to remove it. It was me that removed it. I tried, but my mouth was like big enough to get in there.
Don't get me wrong. A fairy liquid's supposed to be good for that. Just saying,
We
I was
tried all
doing
sorts, WD-40, you name it, cooking oil. There was nothing was not getting that out. It was rammed right in.
I've no, don't get me wrong. I've known about men taking the missuses to A&E because they've lost rings in places they shouldn't have lost them from shoving the fist up. But
But
can
see,
you
look at that.
imagine?
It goes again. Look at there was another time at the Hoover. Exactly. Got many stories to tell,
Yeah,
but
all right, thanks to you. So. No, no, still on and on and on. Yeah, I know she's a skunk. I agree.
I'm still here. They'll be calling me a skunk.
Not you, not you, PJ, not you.
Wait till
What?
he's left.
You might what? Sent demons. Don't be doing that. I'll be getting blamed.
Well, I'm going to get up now anyway because I just thought I'd come on and tell you my story.
Yeah, my dogs
Well,
are just barking because Luke's stood over there. Are you going? See?
I do have a hangover. I'm coming round a bit now.
No, I don't know. I could message you anyway. It's not like I can't get in touch with you. Say hello to your friends for me. Luke says hello.
Why? What are you doing? Don't be taking all the attention away from me on this live. It's all about me.
It's
You
PJ.
do. How dare you?
It's PJ. Me? 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 No. Shut up, Luke. Go on. Go on. Don't come fuzzle me. Sorry. He's gone now.
Shocking. I'm not the attention here at all. No attention at all. Disgusting. It's always got to be a.
Where's she gone? Where's she gone? PJ's gone. She vanished. Aliens have took her. No problem. Aliens have took PJ. The aliens have taken her. They abducted her. What we're gonna do? We need to work out a plan of action. Okay? We need to work out a plan of action. The aliens have abducted PJ. How do we get her back? This is the question. Falling off. Aliens took her. I told you. The aliens.
I put some flowers on Cormo's grave.
You see? That's not my cat. It just thinks it's mine. I know, sweetheart. I've seen you. I know. It's all right. Did aliens get you? See? That's what happens when you talk about probing. Aliens come and probe you. Oh, she's up there now, look. She's not my cat, but flowers earlier. Yeah, got flowers. I've got note on my feet. Anti-flaps is out of retirement. Oh my god, did you really? Shannon, no. Lee. Oh god, I had this is when I was younger, bear in mind though. And I had it was a one of a kind designer dress, right? And it had chains on it. It was a short dress and it like all connected with chains. And then it was like black. I'll donate. And it was black, right? And we was on his way home. And I said to Lee, yeah, because it was a family thing, so everybody were there at this function. I said to Lee, don't go mixing your drinks. Don't be drinking wine with beer, with this, with that, with other, yeah? What did he do? Because I don't drink. Mixed all his drinks, yeah? On his way home, he spewed up all over me, all over my dress. My dress, I had to cut it off because I was that disgusted. I had to get the scissors and cut my dress off. It went straight in bin and I went straight in shower. It was gross. Like, this weren't just a bit, guys. We're not talking just a little bit. He spewed, went down my cleavage, dripped down. Oh, mm, 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 no. No, I was mortified. I was absolutely mortified. It was awful. I had to cut my dress off and throw it in the bin. Ugh, yeah, it were bad. It stunk vile. No, but what it is, Catherine, I can tell you something now, right? And I could show you if I can find where Lee's put the screenshots, I'll tell you what it is, Catherine. Your account, that name, has been cloned that many times, right? To call me names, to wish me dead. And it's your name, exactly that, Catherine X. They have cloned it. There's about seven. I had to block about seven Catherine X's, and this were a few months ago. A few months ago. Evening, evening. Gosh, something, Sophie. I weren't impressed. No, there weren't bits of carrots in it, James, but it absolutely stunk vile. It stunk vile. What could they do? I am who I am, Shandy. I am who I am, aren't I? Can't change who I am. That's the thing. I am who I am. And the chains were only at the back. So like it connected to neck with chains going down the back that were like its fastener. But the front of it, it was all black and glittery. It was just the back where chains were. No, you might not have seen it, Catherine, but honestly, I had to block a good six or seven. They didn't have your picture, but they had your name, but not your picture. I swear. Yeah. Mr. Deal X, it's nice to meet you. He's my plus one. Oh, I'm getting thrown to one side now. That's what I do. I just block them, Dorothy. I just block them. It was his grandma's 80th birthday. We had a 8 course meal where you eat one potato and one carrot on a plate and move on to the next sort of deal. By the time you finish, you're like, well, that a meal? I don't feel like a meal, right? Chippy, chippy. Yeah, well, obviously, it wasn't you, but they'd use your name. They'd use Catherine X and then they'd use Catherine. They'd change it. It was Catherine X or Catherine every time, but it didn't have your picture. And the stuff that they were saying to me were vile. So I knew you can tell the way people like say things, if you get what I mean, Catherine. You can sort of tell. Do you know how they like talk and how they express themselves? Shandy's deaf dog got me here. Long story. Yeah, Dorothy's being cloned. Yeah. No, I know that, Catherine, but this is what we're done on my channel using your name. But like I say, it weren't your picture. And no offense, but the way that they spoke, you could just tell. You could just tell because, like, it were capitalized and it were like angry and it were like bitter. But yeah, I won't worry about it. I've told you, but it don't really matter to me because I just block them. I don't believe they're that person unless I know they're that person, so I just block them anyway. So it don't really make much difference to me. But yeah, there's been quite a few of us that have been cloned, Catherine, and then made to attack the other one. And we know it's not us that are doing it. We know that they're cloning accounts. I always thumb up. I always put thumbs up. But in all fairness, they have to click on it to do that, Shandy. Mm. Hello. Exactly, Dorothy. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. If it's someone that comes and talks to me regularly, who comes on my lives, right, and who is open about speaking to me, then I know for a fact it's not that person, because it's just not. Bonks my leg. There was a clone of Dorothy, but it was the red shoes instead, if I'm correct, Dorothy. There's been quite a few clones, but you just know, you can tell by where people type. It's not hard to tell. You can tell. So, well, that's true, Jezza, yeah. That's very true. See, Dorothy, we all knew because your legs were closed. Enough, Lola. Stop it, silly. Stop it. Calm your titties. Is who okay? I'm confused. Who needs to be okay? I'm very confused. Yeah, everybody knew it weren't Dorothy. Everybody knew it weren't Dorothy. Just by the way things were typed out and stuff. Everybody knew. I'll just let dogs out. Play. Oh, why? What's wrong, Cass? Sorry, I didn't even realise I'm in my own world. Hello, Darius. Hello. I didn't even know, Cass. Sorry about that. I didn't even know. We finished embarrassing stories now, Darius. They were shit. Put it lightly. Woof, 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 woof. So anyway, James, as we were saying, the horseplay, right? Well, they used to do horseplay here in Eltica, but the way they used to do it was different because what they used to do is, the coats of the dead horses, they would wear them. So it weren't done quite the same back then. It was called horseplay. Obviously, that is just a secret word for kinky shit. But it was called horseplay, yes, and like I say, it was basically just another word for kinky shit. And the Queen did provide the miners with her best stallions coat when it passed away because she felt sorry for them because they didn't have a coat. But today, horseplay is where you actually are a horse. Like you neigh, you whinny, you trot around, you have a carriage attached to you if that's what they want. You have the bit in your mouth, you have the saddle, and when it's two women, generally, yeah, they will wear a massive dildo attached to it so that there's a stallion and the female's riding the stallion. But it's like you can join groups where you can learn all about it and get into it, and you do have to win it, and you do have to neigh, neigh, neigh. You have to get some of that. Some of the I like cosplay. You like it with me, Shandy. You like it with me. Shandy's my bitch. Exactly, no, I'm not a horse. Right, it is in PVC or leather. Actually, to be fair, James, I started using the soft leather quite a lot. Just because it was easy for them to they didn't sweat as much, it didn't irritate them as much. Um, exactly, Shandy. Sophie, you're too young for me, so you have to be like my best friend and like my daughter. Where Shandy's more my age. And you've got Dan. You've got Dan. You can't say you aren't because you have. You want a bit stallion, Shandy? I've got a bit female. All right then. I'll take that. It wasn't like a stallion, it was like a trembling elderly donkey. Oh my god. They do have the blinker pads over the eye, yes, they do. Wonky donkey. How do you know that? I bet he is, Sophie. Maybe he's just stressed. Like, the thing is, as well, men stress differently to women and they show things very differently to women. So we've got to understand that the way that their brain works and our brain works is not the same. They always do say men are from Venus, men are from Mars. What they actually mean is the energies are very different, depending on their amount of masculine and feminine. But everybody's individual as it is, Sophie. That's hard enough, to try and understand another person completely is extremely hard. But to try and, that's it. Yeah, Dorothy, give it time. Give it time. I'm your sugar mama. Sugar mama. I'd be your family. I'm rich. Well, there you go. See? And things take times. Yeah, the blinkers, they go over their eyes. Yes, they do. They do. They go over their eyes. The blinkers go over their eyes. Now I'm not sure why, because this means that they can't see. So it's like I don't get it. Like, why, like, they can't see, right? Well, yeah, and I understand that, Sophie. There's no point, is there, like, putting your eggs all in one basket or anything like that? No. Um, but it's hard to determine a relationship just from like a little thing, you know? I don't know what that means. Right, yeah, yes, that. You've got to take it from friendship, Sophie. You can't just like, there's no point rushing into things because they never work. They never work. What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? Can somebody help? Well, I know that. I'm very aware of this, Virginia. But I'm going off. I was just ending it actually. Is that what it means? How come? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to work out. I don't know. I'm trying to work it out. I'm so tired. Yes, exactly that. I don't know, Shelley. I don't know, Shelley. That's what I'm trying to work out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm confused because I'm tired. I know Simon. I've known him a long time. I don't know if that's what it means. I don't know. I don't know. Well, exactly. That's what I want to know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know, do I? So I don't know. I've had a lot of things happen to me this week, and I've been through enough, so I don't know. I don't know. I I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. Nobody usually asks to. Right, that's what I mean, Dorothy. Because normally Simon doesn't ask to come on my lives, especially with topics that I have. Is generally like the quite extreme topics that I have. Um, Possibly. We don't know. Possibly. Yeah, it may not be. I don't know. See, I don't know who to trust anymore, do I? That's the thing. I don't know who to trust anymore, and I have to be very careful because my mental health is not good. So I don't want to end up back where I were before, guys. And to be fair, where I was before wasn't a good place. So I've got enough to deal with. I've just lost my doggy. And that's one of the hardest things I'll ever go through. No, no, definitely not. No. It's not that. It's not that, Virginia. I've just been through a lot. Um, Still going through a lot this week as well. I've got a lot of hospital appointments. So, um, I know you will, Shandy. So I'm not going to take that risk to being bullied on my own live. I'm not going to take that risk. I've been through it enough. I don't need any more of that. That's why I was so poorly before. Yeah. So I was so poorly before. I was very ill from it all. Um, yeah, I don't think so. No, that's not Simon. Simon would have said hello, Claire, anyway. Simon knows me. Simon's known me a long time. Simon's met me in real life. So, yeah, I think it is because that's not like Simon to talk like that. Normally Simon would say hello, Claire. Yeah, I have done. I have done. It's all right. I was trying to work out if it was the real Simon or not the real Simon, but Simon knows me. Simon would have said hello, Claire. Simon would have said hello. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off now because it's like 20 past 10, way past my bedtime. I'm like, way past my bedtime. I'm such a naughty girl. I should be in bed. Slap my hand. Shouldn't just answer that, please. You'll give me nightmares. That's it, yeah. It's exactly that, isn't it? It's exactly that, yeah. But no, I'm never good, but I'm always careful. I'm never good, but I'm always careful. Anyway, guys, I am trying to get myself better so this weekend we can do the next sex lesson. I have had 2 items bought from my Amazon, which is a sexy police officer outfit and a gold PVC outfit that I'm not allowed to wear on my live, apparently. Oh, hmm. Yeah, no, Simon knows where I am. Simon would have said hello, Claire. So, wow. I've shown you my cursed teddy bears, voodoo teddy bears. I've shown you my skulls. I'm gonna get some more skulls and then I'll show you some more skulls when they arrive. Right, good night, guys. I love you all. Love and light and many blessings.